specific at uh-huh. All right. 1 second. All right. Okay, where is the sound? All right. Hold on. Where's the sound? How's that possible? How am I getting no sound? I'm getting all that. I'm getting all that bass and no tremble. All right. I'm gonna switch. Hold on. Let me switch phones. For some reason, I just bought a brand new phone yesterday because my one broke. And my first time going live with it, I can't no audio. That was weird. And I'm playing right now, still no audio. Okay. Switching phones. Okay, here we go. This is better. There should be audio here. And okay. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't do a test run.
But my DNA says mostly Nigeria, probably like you.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people's DNA say that, but
Okay.
I'm not.
So American with, I guess, Nigerian
Oh my
DNA,
God, what
just
are we
like all
doing?
African Americans.
Oh, I forgot. Did this?
So what's being divided?
You don't seem to be encouraging unity with the continent. That's detrimental to our safety,
What
detrimental
unity?
to all of us.
What unity? Where's the unity there now?
Do you think you're helping? That's the point. Do you think, look at what you're doing. The other people are united.
Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Give me a second. In my new phone, I was trying to download my old apps, and I realized I didn't even subscribe. I didn't even like log in to TikTok. I got this undocumented person in a van with the high beam. They like let me turn it. Their tailgate, their high beam flash. All right. This like pretty good. Oh my God. Here we go. All right. Can I? Is it this goddamn hard to stop a screen share? Okay, I gotta check an email. They sent me an email verification. and like this backup phone is so goddamn slow, man. Just trying to stop the screen share so I can check the email out. We got another illegal behind me, tailgating. Uber taxi driver. I don't know, like a lot of states don't got taxis, but they still got taxis and Ubers out here. And I'll be damned if I call for Uber and a damn taxi pull up as a taxi Uber. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Like people prefer Uber over taxi because it's like more personal. You know what I mean? It's like a better, comfortable ride. Nobody want to get in a taxi. All right. All right, let me check that email that went by. Okay. I didn't even. Oh, okay, go. You gonna run into me? You got no real license. Go, man. Damn. This is gonna tailgate me the whole way. I'm over trying to check my verification. Hit that illegals, man. You up at 3, 4 a.m. doing taxi Uber drive. Like, get out of here, man. 850 697. Okay, let's see if I can get to TikTok. Didn't realize it's not on my phone. The new phone. I, what is it like? People are sick, man. Yo, you tailgating people don't automatically mean they're gonna go faster. Some people like me go slower. Yeah, cause like that tailgating thing, that's like bullying. People like me don't respect bullies, so that's not gonna work the way you think it's gonna work. More, man. Now I gotta. Okay, so now we on TikTok. All right, cool. All right, now I can do everything all over again. Oh boy. So the East African said Tariq Nasheed is starting trouble on the internet by speaking up on FBA talking. All right, so I'm on TikTok. All right, so now I can share my screen all over again and start. Come on. And by the way, there's a couple of trolls on TikTok and Facebook who were supposed to like chop it up with me on the live. Both of them ran. One guy was like, "Yo, man, hit up my IG." When they say that, they never come on. Hit my IG, bro. Okay. What's your IG? So I said, bro, what's your IG? And like a lot of times, what they want to do is like brief me. They want to talk to me on IG or Facebook before we go live. Like, dude, no, man. You was talking crazy on Facebook. FB is a cult and all this type of stuff. So let's talk about that. Oh my God. Yeah, this This TikTok shit is ridiculous, man. Okay. Can I just go live, man? TikTok. God damn. Just wait for TikTok to act right. All right. I think we're finally getting there. Got my first haircut in like all year. So I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Big. All right. Finally, I think, or not. This TikTok app is crazy. All right, fine. All right, let's get the video back. This TikTok app is crazy, yeah. All right, let's take it from the top.
In Argentina and all these other.
Is it possible to start from the beginning? Or is that just that's too much to ask? Here we go. All right, cool. Let's get it.
And Babakazi, hold on, Babakazi, you put up some things there.
Yeah, man, you're doing terrible things to black people. I think
Like what, sir? Like what?
you're dividing black people, and that's
How so?
not good for us.
Okay, first of all, you're not black. Okay. First of all, like I'm gonna need Tariq Nasheed to update his talking points. Really, like he keep like we're saying these guys are cosplaying, destiny swapping, and then we're voluntarily giving them our ethnicity, letting them call themselves black. Like, yo, there's no dividing in black, bro. Black folks are delineating. We're together. You guys are not black over there. You're African. I don't know why that's so hard to say that, bro. Are you black or African? Same thing. So where's the African identity as opposed to the black identity? Like you guys are all called African because you live in Africa in the same continent. How are you guys all black? And it comes back down to they have to point at their skin color. You don't realize that? When you ask these non-FBAs, how are you black? When you ask these when you ask these non-native black Americans, how are you black? They're all going to point to their skin color. And you say, so you think black means dark? No, man. We didn't say we were black because we look like Michael Blackson. You feel me? Black is just a 5-letter word to name our ethnicity. It's not that deep. So no, there are no black Africans. There's no black Haitians. There's no black West Indians. None of y'all black.
Dividing from what?
You're dividing us from our history, from
How
our.
so?
From,
Slow down.
no,
Down.
okay.
We're going to talk. All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need Tariq to update his talking points really quickly. My guy, it's 2026. These guys are not black.
We're going to talk.
Let's do it.
That's all right. Then kind of watch your language. Just, watch your language.
Hey, man.
Okay. Now, Mr. Kazi, you're from what part of Africa are you from?
I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay. What part of Africa?
Yeah, what is it with these guys and like this is normally an African thing because I mean, like, how can people be afraid to say where they from when all they do on social media and their cars is fly their foreign flags? All that, so we like, yo, y'all should be the first to brag and be proud of where you from. All you guys do is fly your foreign flags every chance you get. So now we ask you to represent your foreign flag by asking where you're from. I'm from Minneapolis. Like all of them do that. They name a state in the United States. Like, yo, y'all are sick, man. Y'all are sick people.
Africa is your family from?
We were enslaved. We were taken from the continent. But my DNA says mostly Nigeria, probably like you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people's DNA.
So now here's the DNA argument. Okay, your DNA says you're from Nigeria. That's fine. My genealogical records say I'm from United States of America. So, bro, use that laughable DNA evidence. By the way, DNA is not designed to identify you. So you use your DNA and you could be from Nigeria all you want. My DNA, my genealogical records say I'm from the United States of America. So nice to meet you, Nigerian, and I'm the American.
DNA say that, but
Okay.
I'm not.
So American with, I guess, Nigerian DNA, just like all African Americans.
Okay.
I don't know
So
what African
what's
American
being
is.
divided?
You don't seem to be encouraging unity with the continent. That's detrimental to our safety, detrimental to all of us.
What unity? Where's the unity there now?
Do you think you're helping? That's the point. Do you think, look at what you're doing. The other people are uniting with Hungary and Argentina and all these other places, but
So
you're dividing us. You're dividing
I-
us from our populations.
Got it. So I started all of the tribal wars and tribal beefs over there.
I didn't say you started that. I said, look at what you're doing now.
You said I'm dividing.
You're dividing. Yeah, I'm not talking about tribal.
I started all of the tribal beefs over there.
I didn't mention tribal beefs on the continent. I'm talking about what you're doing. You see what you're doing?
No. You said
pointing to the continent.
You said I'm dividing.
And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating to talk to people really in conversation. That's why I only really like to talk on social media. I got real friends in real life who sound like this. Like, dude, if you be honest, like they'll be all emotional and stuff. Like, dude, you don't know how to have a conversation, my guy. You just talking. And like these guys be smart in their own world, like literally in their own brain. Their own family don't think they're smart. None of their friends, none of their coworkers. They're only professor when they're on the phone with me. You know, when they're pretending to like, and they fantasy dialoguing, I should call it. They get on the phone with me, and all of a sudden, they're a professor, they're a scholar. Nobody in their life, their significant other, nobody believes they're this intelligent guy. Nobody. My reality is a little different because most of my inner circles, they see me as somebody who's pretty bright in my society. How I'm viewed in my city. I'm seen as like a bright guy. These guys are only bright when they're on the phone with me. That's it. That's why I'm like, yo, I'd rather just record this. And then if you sneak and record it, they'll get mad. Oh, well, why were you lying? Why were you so comfortable lying on the phone with me?
Dividing, sir.
You
I'm
are
dividing
dividing.
Black people, but
Yes.
you said the continent, but the continent is already divided. So who did that? You
The Europeans. The Europeans. You're dividing us from them.
So why you?
So Africa was together before the after the Berlin Conference. So before the Berlin Conference, Africa was together. Like, yeah, these are some failed-minded people. Yeah, anywhere you work at in this country, this beautiful country called the United States of America, built on Black American democracy. This country, you work in this country legally, you are gonna at some point, any job worth something. At some point, you're gonna have a job. You're gonna have a meeting about accountability. Almost any meaningful job in America, at some point, you're gonna have a meeting with your coworkers about accountability. You got to take accountability. Like jobs don't like when people don't take accountability. You want to get fired, you want to get laid, you know what I mean, laid off. Don't take accountability when you do something that's the job. It's like trying to discipline you over. Like these Africans, man, Zero accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. Always.
Blaming me for something that they've let the
No,
Europeans
you're
do.
doing something separate. I'm not mentioning that. I'm talking about what
Yes, you
you're
have. You
doing.
mentioned the continent, sir. I haven't
Yes,
divided nobody.
you're
Okay.
dividing us. You're dividing your ethnic group.
How?
You're
No, I'm
dividing.
not.
Yes,
My
you are.
ethnic group
Hear
is
me
getting
out.
on cold with
Your
each other.
ethnic group descend from Africa. You're not encouraging unity with Africa.
Everybody.
You're
Everybody.
encouraging division from.
Okay, Miss Thang, calm down. Stop being emotional. Stop being sassy. Don't talk over me. You're very emotional. Do not talk over me. Control your emotions. Take your little pill if you need to control
I
your
see what you're
emotions.
doing.
But don't talk over me. We don't do that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right? You do not talk over me, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. If I ask you a question, you give me an answer. Don't go on a rant.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What's being divided? There is no unity.
You are being detrimental to unity by
What unity?
we're working towards it. A lot of work has been.
Okay. So now notice the guy never answered the question. Now it was unity. Now it's not unity. And we talk, he knows we're going to bring up South Africa. Like, come on, man.
So
A lot of work. Can I answer? A lot of work has been done.
No.
You're not letting me get full answers.
Okay, you gave an answer, and let me expound on it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You just admitted there is no unity, but somebody's
That's
working.
not true. Tons of work. The AES. Have you heard of the AES?
What
Have you heard of the
what?
AES?
Where?
So you haven't heard of it?
What the hell is that?
The Alliance of Sahel States. There is unity going on in Africa. There are.
Okay, well, I know what it is. You're talking about the Sahel Alliance with Mali, Burkina Faso, and one other country. Three. Okay, and guess what? That's not unity because where did they break away from? Where did they break away from? They broke away from ECOWAS. That was unity. So yeah, ECOWAS was a bunch of African countries getting together, trying to be great, right? Unifying. And the AES, Burkina Faso, Mali, and one other country, Guinea, whatever country, one more country that was there, they broke away and started their own thing. That's not unity, my guy. That's literally dividing. So Tariq could have asked on unity, wait, where did they divide from? They divided from ECOWAS. Who's ECOWAS? How many Africans, African nations. And then it's gonna be white. Then he's gonna blame the white man again. So like it's like a circular argument. He's gonna name stuff. We're gonna debunk it. Then he's gonna say it's the white man's fault. Every time he lies, it's gonna be the white man's fault when we expose his lies. Every time. The AES is about 3 African nations who divided themselves from ECOWAS, the larger unifying African alliance. So Tariq ain't know, I know.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
See, you're unaware.
Yeah, because the unity is unaware. There's no unity. You just named some random shit that don't nobody know about, sir.
It's unity going on in the continent. You don't know about it.
No, it's not.
You don't know about it. And are you helping?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it would be good for Black people to be united with Africa?
Would they be united with themselves over there?
They're united, and we would help. We're a part of the diaspora.
No. You're not going to lie.
Ooh, look at you.
No. You're not going to lie, Miss Thang. You're not going to lie and say that you're not going to lie.
Okay.
You're not going to lie. Don't be sassy now. Calm down.
No, you know what's going on.
Come on. You're not going to sit here and lie talking about they're unified.
You know what's going on here.
They got a gazillion tribes over there.
You know I got you.
You got who, punk?
No, see, look what you're doing. Look what you're...
I got you.
Look what you're doing.
What you got?
Because I'm making better...
You sitting here being sassy. You got who? Just sitting here being sassy?
Look at you.
No, you're not going to talk over me, sir. You're not. I'm not going to have a sassy renegade punk. I'm not going to have a renegade punk just being sassy for no reason, saying shit. You better say something real. You're not going to sit here and lie. Talking about they're unified over there and there's a gazillion tribes. How come you haven't unified that?
Huh? You see how you're calling me stuff?
How come you haven't unified that, sir?
You're asking me how a guy in Minneapolis hasn't unified Africa? I'm saying you're dividing people. You're asking me how I didn't unify Africa?
How?
Okay, let me tell you how you're dividing.
Who did I
people.
divide?
Let me tell you.
Who?
Let me tell you. So what you do is when you go online and when you talk to African Americans or you talk to Black Americans or FBAs or whatever and try to make this division from the continent, that's detrimental to Black American safety. That's detrimental to our mental health because we're being separated from the continent. We're getting isolated here, and America will do.
We've already been isolated. We've already been isolated. What are you talking about? What you mean we're going to be isolated from the continent? We've been isolated from them from centuries. So what are you talking about?
So you don't want to get unified?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying what I'm saying. You just don't understand because it's antithetical to your point.
You ain't making no sense.
What you're doing. Your whole bread and butter.
You're not making. No. You're not going to be sassy and just say stuff. What you said made no sense, sir.
You hate the sense. You hate the sense.
You're just being a sassy punk. You're not going to be a sassy pan punk. How are we unified with them? We're not unified with Africa.
Are you helping? Are you helping?
Am I helping what?
What do you think?
What? Am I helping what?
Wow. Look at you.
Am I helping what? And I asked you if you're helping. You said you can't do nothing because you just a punk from Minneapolis. So what are you doing? You haven't done nothing. You said you basically dismissed any type of help coming from you because you're just a sassy punk from Minnesota. So you're not doing.
I'm clipping this. You suck, dog. I'm clipping this.
Okay, yes, sir. Do you have your clothes off? You sound like you're just kind of getting off talking to a man. Is that what you're doing?
Bro,
because you just saying sassy stuff, sir. You don't make it. You're not making a lick of sense.
You're terrible.
You're not making a lick of sense. You're just saying stuff and you stuttering, babbling, and giggling like a punk.
Wow.
You're not even of this lineage. I don't believe your family is from here. You're a liar, sir.
Check it. Check me out.
Your family's not from here.
Mississippi, man.
No, it's not Mississippi. My ass.
Okay.
I'm from Mississippi. So Mississippi, where?
My grandmother. Let me tell you. Have you heard of the Great Migration? So my grandmother came to Minneapolis. Okay, my grandmother came to
where in Mississippi, sir?
My grandmother came from Jackson or Cleveland, Mississippi to Minneapolis.
Jackson or Cleveland? Do you know the distance between those? I'm gonna stop.
Why would I? My grandmother came to Minneapolis. My mother was born in Minneapolis, and now I'm here from the Great Migration. That's Black history. You want more Black history? We're from Africa.
You're just saying stuff. You're just saying stuff, sir.
I'm saying facts. What are you talking about?
Sir, your family ain't from no Mississippi.
My grandmother is. That's where we were enslaved.
No, she's not.
Where's she from?
Can you give me the definition of the word unity, please?
What?
No, because you came on here calling him.
Oh my God!
Unified, and I don't think you know what the word unity means.
Let's assume that we all know the English language. I'm talking about.
No, I don't want to assume anything. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. We're all in the same universe here. Do you know what the term unity actually means?
I'm more educated than both of y'all. Stop it.
Educate me. Then educate me.
See, you're asking me to define unity? What do you think it means?
I am.
Yeah, that's a goofy. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, this phone is janky, and I mean you can't even touch it because the damn thing start. But the where she going right there? Yeah, you can. Like he could have said, "Hey, that's semantics." Like there's so much to unpack, and saying break down unity. Yeah, I agree with him. That was kind of goofy.
I am. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're talking about.
No, you're doing this thing where if I don't give a definition of the word unity, you're going to do some shit and you're going to go off on a tangent about how you don't even know what unity is. Let's talk about what's really happening here. We're being divided from Africa. That's not a good thing. It's not that complicated.
Sir.
It's not that
complicated. Define the 5-letter word.
For what?
It's not that complicated.
For what?
Because that he's dividing and that he's not
known for division. If you say it's frivolous, this guy is known. What?
How come you can't say where your grandmother is from?
From Mississippi?
Where though? Where?
I
don't know, nigga. I don't know her. She's 79.
How you don't know where your grandmama from?
You're full of shit.
Jack.
Literally, honestly. Like
Bussy, we had to run across the border. So
Yeah.
Okay. So again, sir, you're a
Yeah.
lying punk. You're
Yeah.
Somalian. This is a
Yeah.
Somali
I
punk.
am a Somali.
This is a Somali
Yeah.
punk. Listen to him.
You're fucking terrible, dude.
Sir, you a musty
And you're
flip,
caught.
you a musty flip-flop, wide bussy Somali punk, sir. You don't you sat up here lying.
Same as you.
Get
Same
out of
as
here, punk. We're not gonna have no sassy punk just sitting here lying. All right? This is a tether. Just say you mad because you can't capitalize off us no more. See how tethers try to act like they're of the lineage? The first thing they come in here, I'm a black American, I descend from slavery, and I don't like all this division with FBA and all of that. And when you start asking about the background, it all falls apart. This fool said his grandmama was from 2 separate regions of Mississippi that's completely across the state from each other. See, that's what all you got to do is just get these people to go into details about their family. That's when the shit falls apart. They don't know all the details. You understand? So you say on his page he has a Kenyan flag? Oh yeah, that's a foreign punk. Yeah, just babbling, saying shit. Because this delineation is whooping that ass, ladies and gentlemen. You think this delineation is tearing these people up? Come on. Hey, brother, what's happening?
All right, but what's up, man? My name Mike.
What's going
from
on with you,
Akron.
man? Where you
Not
from,
much, man. So by default, I qualify as FBA, right? But like, I just want to basically just give you your shout outs, man. For real,
Yes,
for
sir.
real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like I see what y'all doing with it, and it's honestly one of the few places that I'm seeing now where I do see a new renowned sense of self-esteem amongst black people.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And I do like seeing that because with this Carmelo case, I was seeing some weird shit, not from y'all, but like, a lot of okay, cuz. And my grandmother's that people from North Carolina.
Got it.
And then like I've traced my ancestry back to the to like the late 1700s. I still got to keep going, but yeah, long story short. But
there you go. There you go. All right, but thank you so much. Oh, thank you. That's interesting. TJ13.
Yo, Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good, TJ. How are you, sir?
Hey, yo, why do they all sound the same? Yo.
I'm all right, man. It's my birthday today, so
Oh,
I
you
thought
okay?
I'd get some blessings from the FBA family.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to you, brother. Now you're in the UK, right?
Yeah, we've spoken a couple of times. I met you in when you last was allowed to come to the UK for the what was it, the Haitian documentary.
Okay, was that in Birmingham?
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Originally from London, but I've lived up here for quite a few years now.
Oh, cool. How's everything out there now?
You know what? The weather's beautiful. Just moved into the new crib. So when you finally are allowed to come to the UK, you've got a place. If you don't want to stay at a hotel, me and my family will put you up and make sure you're treated well.
Yes, indeed, man. Respect to that, man. Shout out to you guys, man. I love the UK, man. I got a lot of love out there in the UK. Aisha or Alicia? Which one is it?
It's Alicia.
What's up, dear?
What's up? How y'all doing?
We're good, babe. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So, speaking of Carmelo, I'm sorry.
Yes.
You mentioned told us not to worship. Girl, I got into it and they was fighting, and
accurate is. So I want to get some official confirmation on some of the stuff that I've been finding. All right. Amani.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, dear?
I'm fine. I just have to speak up for my Louisiana people.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that Jermaine.
An accent at all, and a lisp don't stop your accent now. You know, a lisp don't stop it. They got punks down there with lisp, and they still got a Louisiana accent. Hey, I'm gonna give me some Yakamines, baby. Don't go down there to the quarters, baby. There's other punks down there on the quarter. They talk with a lisp. The punks, they talk with a lisp down there in Louisiana. You ain't got the accent. You got the lisp, but you ain't got the accent. Fix me some of that etouffee, baby. I'm about to go up to Manchus and get me some fried rice, baby. Dude, your accent ain't adding up, brother. Yeah.
Freshman Congressman Christian
Oh
Menifee
my
of
God,
Houston.
man. Like a Roland Martin.
Yeah. Man. Let me see. Y'all raise them hands. Y'all raise them hands, ladies and gentlemen. Now, he said he was in Atlanta for a minute. Okay, I believe that now. I mean, he was in Atlanta. All right. Man. Okay. Let me see. Who is that? Supreme? Let's get Supreme in the building. Mr. Supreme, hop on in, Preem. Mr. Supreme in the building. Yeah, I'm thinking that dude is Caribbean, man. What's up, Preem?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm good, man. I can hear you, Supreme. How you doing, fam?
Good. I want to say peace, black love, and reparations to the family.
Yes,
Long
sir.
time listener, first time caller.
Yes, sir. What city you in, Preem?
I'm over here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Supreme, we are delineating, right? So you just can't say the word black like that because there's foreigners all across the globe who believe they're black. So you say black love, like that's not a delineating. Black by itself is no longer a delineating term, right? So you got to add to that black. Native Black American, lineage Black American, foundational Black American, but you just can't leave black by itself. So when people say black around me, without those qualifying words, I just pretend you just talking about foreigners. So he said black love, he talking about everywhere but America. Right? You got to be very clear when you say black. Be very specific. Lineage Black American love, Native Black American love, and we are Native Black Americans. Why did folks even argue that? I used to hear immigrants like gaslight us. Oh, you're not Native. You're not. Oh, you want to be Native? I'm like, why are we not Native? Like, you're Native to your homeland. We're Native to ours. Why will we not be Native? So, like, when I try to get their understanding of why they say that, I couldn't come to one. So I realized people just be talking. People just want to just argue. We're not Native, but you're black, all right? We're not Native, but you're black. Black ain't native to you. Black is a foreign concept to you guys. Black is literally native to us. That's why it fits so perfectly. We're Native Black Americans in every sense of the word. Like every word fits us. Native don't fit you when it comes to black, and black don't fit you when it comes to native. Right? But everything about a lineage Black American, lineage Black Americans just means that we can trace our lineage to this country, or plantation, at the very least 1870 census. Some type of freedmen records. We can do that. That's what lineage means. Lineage Black Americans, Native Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, all those terms apply perfectly. That's what makes us who we are. Right? There's nothing black about these folks other than cosplaying in 2026.
In Tampa. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, though.
Okay, cool. How's everything out there?
Good. I'm a barber. I work over, and I want to say I'm a barber. First of all, congratulations to you, everything you're doing. I've never seen.
They getting real dry. The family ain't playing around. All right. Revolutionary, I added you in here. I don't know what happened to you. Let's try ease. I'm going to try some random people. Try some new faces up in here. What's up? Ease, what's up over there, Ease? Brother, you over there trying to light a crack pipe? What are you trying to do, bro? Ease? Yo, Ease, what's going on, brother? What are you over there snapping, brother? We got another person in a cell block. He's in prison. And those are clothespins. He's hanging up his cellmate's drawers. That nigga just rinsed out some damn underwear in prison. And he's hanging them up. All right, brother. Do your time. Don't let the time do you. All right. Let's see who else we got. All right. Let me see. Those sound like clothespins in the background. I don't want to know what he was doing, what he's hanging up. All right. Let me see. I think he's giving prison bitch. All right. Let's see who we got. Y'all say something. If you make a request, say something. All right. If you make a request, say something, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me see who we got.
I was trying to find that video of Roland Martin going in on FBA saying how, I still couldn't find that video. Roland Martin saying how dumb we are. We need to, like Haiti did this, Haiti did that. It's like, why do you believe we don't know about some, Tariq did a whole documentary on the Haitian Revolution. Like a lot of us watched it. Why would you just randomly go out there and pretend we don't? And yeah, I scanned through Roland Martin's like videos. I mean, the obsession is weird. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. God damn, yo. Like most Democrats, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump. I mean, that is some crazy obsession, man. I'm like, damn, my guy. Just, like that's what you call fear mongering. Being an alarmist. Being an alarmist is somebody who pushes fear. Oh, this is gonna happen. Project 2025. Oh, Donald Trump is the new Reich. Fascism. He's the fascist. He's the fascist. Fascism is coming. Oh, Donald Trump. This dude is in the office for like another year or two, and they act like they do it in the office forever. It's like, but this is fear mongering. Gotta vote blue. Donald Trump, man. I'm telling you, if you don't vote blue, somehow Donald Trump will be back in office again. Like people act like if you listen to these Dems talk, these libtards, you will believe that all of us are in like chains and plantations. AI is working the jobs, and we're just people under the stairs. Like this is how much they do the fear monger. You would think that like society, like what? Nothing changed. But the fear mongering by Donald Trump is like ridiculous, yo.
Y'all raise the hands. Let's raise those hands up and let's get y'all up in here. Let me see. I'm looking. Pam, who is Pam? What's up, Pam? Pam got the platinum blonde hair. All right. Let me see. Who is this person? Father of mixed something. Who is this brother? All right. Y'all raise your hand. Let me see. Boss Man, Dogtown. All right, let's get Dogtown back in here. I had Dogtown on the other day. Dogtown the Tether. What's up, Dogtown?
What up with you, Rick?
I'm good. Any more Tether talking points, Dogtown? After you got
now we had a good back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's going on, man?
What I was gonna say is I had heard the dialogue that you had with the Haitian woman, I think a couple of days ago, or about last week. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And she was just saying shit.
Yeah, she was just saying shit. She ain't really know how to articulate herself properly,
right?
And match it with the history. But what I want to get into, I just want to ask you, like, so what you feel though as Haiti don't have some type of footprint in the foundation of United States?
The only footprint is a flip flop hopping over to
Okay.
Miami to get out of goddamn Haiti. That's the only footprint.
Okay, so that's a no, right? Okay.
No, you didn't do anything to build the United States.
I wouldn't say build. No, I'm not saying build, but I would say leading to kind of like, you know how like if
Why do so many non-FBA struggle with the word foundation? It's like, or foundational. You know, you could just define it. Go ahead and define what foundation when you lay the foundation of something physical. God. I hear and I spoke to a lot of foreigners who struggle with the definition of foundation. Yo, it's not that hard, man. Like, yeah, like like there's a lot of whitey people who are not foundational. I mean, like, do y'all know that? Do y'all foreigners know that? We know you're not foundational. And there's a lot of whitey people who ain't foundational, who will call themselves whitey Americans. They're not foundational. It ain't just a bunch of y'all fleers. We see the same thing to the suspected these suspected folks. We say the same thing. Like, yo, how are you? You're not foundational. If you're, explain. Just like you can't, they can't either.
if we're in like a track race, you know, there's people that hand the baton. I would say something like that, like like something like that. Like we kind of
No. What baton did you hand us?
well, if you want to start off, we can start off by saying, listen, the Second Amendment, right? When it comes to the Second
Oh my
Amendment,
God.
that was another result of the success of the Haitian Revolution, right? Of you guys being able to bear arms.
And I ain't trying to be picky all the time, petty, but the Haitian Revolution and success don't go hand in hand. The Haitian Revolution was far from successful. That's not a successful. You want a successful revolution? You look at America. You look at what we did in America. The successful revolutions that happened here in America with us, Native Black Americans. There's no successful Haitian revolution. Look at you now. France is doing great as a result of the split. So you might have saved them. You know how Great Britain had released their trash can people into America? Well, France, like, look at Haiti with like the trash can people. They look like, hey, nah, we're good. We're better off. Like, we are better off divided and doing our thing over here. Yeah, how is that successful revolution when you look at the two battles, the two people who fought? France is doing great right now. Their dollar is doing great. Haiti is going through hell. That's not a successful revolution, my guy. Okay, so yes, that's not a successful revolution. If you want a successful revolution, you look over here in America amongst Native Black Americans. Nobody looks in Haiti for anything successful. Like, you don't. There's no proof and concept in Haiti where people go to and figure out the world. Like, okay, all right, okay, let's look at let's look at Haiti's model and figure out how to do this. Figure out how to solve this dilemma. Like, yo, and this is a fact. This is not even being funny. There is no Haitian that I could think of proven model that the world, if we had an issue where we're trying to solve a problem, that we can just go and look at what Haiti did. Oh, all right, let's look what Haiti did. Okay, we got the answers. Nothing that the Haitians ever did on this planet where people can look at the Haitians model to solve a problem. You got to stop lying. There is no successful revolutions in Haiti or the West Indies or anywhere in Africa. The only successful revolutions happen right here in America amongst Native Black Americans. That's it. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, so we got to stop revising history to make things look good. Hey, what's going on? You talking? Hello? Okay, I hear you now.
All right. Did you know back in the 90s we were the first?
Wait, hold on.
He was the first.
Wait. You got to introduce yourself on TikTok. What's your name and, where you from?
All right.
The polite thing.
Say his name's so I'm Asian.
Okay. All right, now go ahead.
You know back in the 40s, the 60s, and the 90s, Haiti was the first tourist destination. You ain't no die.
Wait, you was the first what?
We were the first destination, touristic destination.
For what?
We had a lot of tourists.
Wait, hold on. So, okay.
You know what you're saying?
Wait, you said you were the first tourist destination.
Yeah. The Caribbean, we were.
Okay.
Yeah, we were.
I said okay. I didn't know that. I said okay.
You didn't know that, though. You didn't know shit about the people, and you keep talking shit about them like you know something.
Well, first of all, I do know some things I don't know.
First of all, they don't teach you Asian history at your school, dumbass. Stupid bitch. They don't teach you Asian history at school. So how the fuck you know about Asian history, first of all?
Okay, so let me tell you what I do know.
What is it?
Okay, so I do know Toussaint, right? Toussaint led the revolution.
You ain't know shit about Toussaint. You heard about Toussaint.
Okay, so
you don't study at your school, bro.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so help me understand Toussaint. Did Toussaint lead the revolution?
Toussaint? Yeah. Toussaint led the revolution, of course.
Okay, now when he went missing, didn't Dessalines take over?
He didn't miss no shit. First of all, Toussaint was general of the French patriotic work. All right? He worked for the French. But right now, when he realized he got to betray, he said something that Dessalines after to understand that the French will never give them their freedom.
Wait, hold on. When you said the French, let's slow down. You said the French.
Yeah.
You said the French.
Yeah. He was
Wait, hold on.
the French.
Hey,
he worked for the French army first.
Sir, right. I'm trying to slow you down. Right. So when he was there, the French never gave them their freedom, right?
There was a war in Europe between the French and the British.
Wait, I already know about that. All right, wait. Okay, no. I'm talking about Haiti. Sir.
The British. What is it?
I don't want to talk about British. I'm talking about Haiti.
So let me educate you about Haitian history.
I don't want to know
shit
about. I got it. I got it. Hey, bro.
When I'm speaking about my country, though, you got to listen.
I hear a dog back there, my guy. What are you doing? What are you doing with that dog, man? I hear a dog in the background barking, man. Get that dog to be quiet. And what you doing with that dog? I'll call Peter, bro. Where you at? Okay, so you're not going to ramble about history when you don't even got books. There's no history books in Haiti, my guy. So no, like he's trying to act like we don't know about Haitian history. We got books. You don't got books. You got Jimmy Barbecue, okay? And most likely over here. And bro, your temporary status has been expired, my guy. This is the last thing you should be doing. Calling to the FBA space, over talking, trying to bully. Bro, you need to be figuring out self-deport and go back to Haiti, or get caught by ICE and end up in Eswatini in South Africa somewhere. Like, that's what you gotta be thinking about. Let us go over history. Like, we have that liberty. We have that freedom. We have that room to talk about history. We're chilling. No deportation, no temporary stay for us. We're chilling. You did. We're figuring out how to be greater, living our best life, my guy. You're thinking about self-deportation back to Haiti, or get caught by ICE and end up in Venezuela. You dig? So you got to figure out where you want to go. Haiti or ICE determine ICE gonna just any, mini, money, mo. ICE got a bunch of countries in a hat, and they're gonna have you pick out they're gonna have you choose. Hey, put your hand in this hat and grab one of these pieces of paper. You're there, you're gonna find yourself in Eritrea, Sudan somewhere, fighting their problems. Yeah, but you're not gonna do that, my guy. Give me some fake history. I'm trying. He said, I don't know Haitian history. I never claimed to be a scholar in Haitian history, but I think I know more than this guy. And I don't want to know about the Brit. I already know about the Brits and the French around 1780, 1790. I already know about that. I'm talking about Haiti. Let's talk about Haiti, which you did not want to do. Okay, because what I was gonna get to, family. Now you see, he was cursing, disrespectful. I let him do all that. But what I was gonna get to was Toussaint led, Dessalines finished, and Dessalines re-enslaved the Haitians themselves. He forced them to work with a military presence. He forced the Haitians to work plantation style, by the way, with the armed military presence. People don't know that. People don't know that. People don't know when Dessalines established we're Haitians in 1804. He got those Haitians right back on those plantations, and he forced them with a military presence to continue where they left off. No PTO, no absence of leave, no vacation. Get right back to work. Just a new boss. You know, you see a company says under new management. That's all. Same company, selling the same product. Okay. All Dessalines did was say under new management. He had them right back on those plantations, doing everything they did under the French. Okay, so I wanted to get to that. And those Haitians disliked Dessalines for that. He is not beloved like having doing history now. And now all of a sudden in history, Dessalines is just so beloved. Just like in history, Marcus Garvey is just so beloved in Jamaica. But he was always despised and rejected. But now in 2026, the average Jamaican got a Marcus Garvey. We like, yo, that's like the weirdest thing. I was like, yo, that is so ironic. Why are you wearing t-shirts and y'all rejected this dude, man? All of his life, all of Marcus Garvey's living life, the Jamaicans rejected him. The dude passed away as a 4-time failure in London. This dude, Marcus Garvey, was a complete scammer. Rejected by the Jamaican community, the Jamaican people, all of his active life. They ain't never embraced Garvey until like 2000, like I mean, late 90s, where we are now. Now all of a sudden, you got Marcus Garvey t-shirts and shirts and all these YouTube channels where you got a Jamaican narrating. It's like, yo, where was that energy when he needs y'all the most? Like he said the most disgusting things about Jamaicans. Marcus Garvey said the most disgusting things about Jamaicans. He felt like y'all weren't worth a damn. The Haitians felt the same way about Dessalines when he forced them to get back on the plantations and resume their roles. Hey, go Google that. Go Google that. Google did Dessalines force the Haitians to get back to work with the military armed presence. And he wasn't playing. Like he was like, just imagine Stefan from Django, Candyland fall apart, and Stefan is inherited the land. Yeah, that's what happened. He said, "Yeah, I ain't freeing y'all. Get right back to work." Okay, so no, if you want to talk your Haitian history, your Jamaican history, let's be honest. Let's talk about what happened immediately. Okay, so Dessalines and the French government, he says, oh, Toussaint worked for them. Well, so did Dessalines. Dessalines picked right up. And you see that right now in Haiti. You see that right now in Haiti. Like, people ain't trying to liberate Haiti and free Haiti. People just trying to be next in line to get them to go back to work.
here in the United States. Because when you look at it, what the Haitian Revolution started in 1791, right? We know it ended in 1804, but it started in 1791. When you look at when the Second Amendment was, granted, was in 1791, because of the fear of the Haitian Revolution and the widespread of other, colonized blacks knowing that, these Haitians.
Okay, do not allow him to slip that in there. He said colonized blacks. My guy, you're not black. And I was trying to get there with the Haitian that chimped out earlier. Okay, the Haitian who chimped out earlier, or who I couldn't talk to. I was trying to get there with you. I was going to ask you, were you black? Are you black? Okay, so this guy said the colonized blacks. There's no such thing as a colonized black. We got native black Americans. That's it. There's nobody else that's black. It was just historically, you had native black Americans and you had Haitians, Jamaicans, and Nigerians. Okay, so we're not going to play that game. Not over here, where you're allowed to call yourself black. Black is an ethnicity, it's cultural, and it has an origin. And that origin is over here in America in the 1930s and 40s, okay? Nobody called themselves black before we called ourselves black. And we gave it a definition, and we intertwined that word in all of our politics, all of our daily affairs, and we even got a flag. At the same time we came up with the name black to call ourselves, we came up with a flag called the Black American Heritage Flag by Melvin Charles. So everything about us was blackity black, black music, I'm black and I'm proud, statements, black power, black is beautiful, black love, black family, black dollar, black economics. So everything about us is blackity black, black. And that's the origins of black. Ain't no blackity black, black talk in Haiti, ain't no blackity black talk in Jamaica, ain't no blackity black talk all of Africa before us. So no, you're not conveniently black today. Tariq might let that slide, but the rest of us are way more proactive and revolutionary minded. That ain't happening. Ain't none of y'all black. West Indies, Africa, Haiti, none of y'all black. You're whatever your flag said you are. Our flag said Black American Heritage Flag. Our flag called us black. Your flag called you Haitian. Your flag called you Jamaican. Your flag called you Nigerian. Your flag identifies you. Okay. Let's get that straight. You're not black.
Had a successful revolt, and there was James Madison.
Slow down.
Hold on.
It's 1791. The revolt wasn't successful yet. The revolt was successful in 18.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't written. Yeah, I understand it. But James Madison and Thomas Jefferson, they was already sending letters back and forth saying, "Hey, listen, these Haitians, we can't control them, right? We can't control them. They on a rampage. They over here get into it with the French, and they're out. They running rampant. They doing their thing. So with that fear, James Madison and Thomas Jefferson, they writing back and forth, and that feared the United States that feared the United States to write in the Second Amendment so they can protect themselves, because at that time we was already coming into the United States. They seen free Haitians walking in Virginia. This is documented. So that fear was getting widespread. They wanted to suppress it.
Yeah, this dude's wait, what? Did this dude say there were free Haitians? Okay, now for me, I want to know about that free Haitian thing, bro. How many free Haitians you thought was walking around in America? And hey, what are you talking about? And who the hell was fearing you? Like, these dudes came here with no shoes on. They like, yo, people know exactly who you were. Like, we all looking like, yo, you good? Looking like what's that movie, brother from another? Hey, you looking like a straight up African. Dude, hey, everybody knew who you were. You ain't blend in like that.
So the Second Amendment was written in 1791.
What free Haitians in Virginia? What are you talking about?
There was free Haitians walking in Virginia. This is documented. What are you talking about?
No. There's no document saying that there was a Haitian in Virginia in 1791.
Free blacks walking free. Yes.
No, it wasn't. You know.
Okay, you see the trick. Now he's trying to say. Now he said earlier. He said the right term. He said Haitian. Now he's trying to say free blacks, and he's trying to intermix, conflate free black Americans with free Haitians. I had a tether do that the other day on here, and I cooked them. Yeah, but that's why you cannot let them say they're black. Don't let them lie and say they're black, because now it goes from free Haitian to free black. Just call them what they are: Haitian, Nigerian, Jamaican. Don't call them black. Just call them what they call themselves. Call them how their flag identifies them. Can we have that challenge? Can we just call people what their flag calls them? So you come across a Sudanese man, he got a flag. There you go. What's your flag called? Sudanese flag. There you go. Sudanese. So let's just call people what their flag calls them.
Why? Because Haitians, there was no such thing as a Haitian in 1791.
What, Saint Domingue? Is that what you're going to get caught up in the terminology?
Right. Saint Domingue.
But that's okay. But where is Saint Domingue? Where is it?
Yeah, it's in Hispaniola.
Okay, and where is that today?
Yeah, the Dominican Republic in Haiti.
Right. So what are we talking about? So let's not get hanged on that.
Yeah, let's hang on that. That's very important because it wasn't Haiti yet in 1791. It wasn't Haiti yet.
But does that change the people?
Yeah. So who did they see walking around Virginia?
Modern day Haitians, or what you would call Saint Domingue.
No. So how was that a threat then?
Right. And I want to know how many Haitians walking around with no shoes.
Because Saint Domingue was still under the colonization of France.
Right.
So that wouldn't have been a threat.
No, I'm saying in 1791, yeah, that's when it started, the revolt. But we was already coming in, right? Because in 1804, we was already walking. But what I'm saying is freely, right? But what I'm saying is those letters was going back and forth between James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, Quincy Adams was the only one.
Slow down. What do you? I'm still hung up on some Haitian walking around doing what?
Right.
17. What are you talking about?
What you talking about? They were intimidated by some Haitians in Virginia. What Haitians?
Yeah. Hold on. If we're the first successful revolt, right?
But it wasn't. The revolt didn't be.
Okay. It wasn't the first successful revolt. Okay. You got 1526. San Miguel de Goldape rebellion. That is the first successful revolt that we know of. That's 1526. See, you can't let these Haitians lie. San Miguel of 1596 was the first successful rebellion. Okay. So it was a Spanish expedition led by Lucas Vasquez de Ayllon. He established a colony, right? Somewhere, you could say South Carolina, Georgia. And he brought enslaved blacks with him. And we revolted immediately. The minute we put boots on the ground, off the ship on the ground, we turned around. You know how it is. Black Americans know this. Like when you talking your trash and you're walking behind somebody, running your mouth, and when they get that side eye look, yeah, you duck, because they're about to swing. So the minute we touched the shores of the ground, physical ground of South Carolina, Georgia, we turned around swinging. Okay, so this is a fact. This is documented. 1526. What are you talking about? 300 years earlier. We rebelled, and a lot of us escaped into the surrounding area, likely mixing with the indigenous people. Right? That Spanish colony, family. That Spanish colony, that thing collapsed within months afterwards. That's a successful rebellion. So where did those survivors flee to? Because we were deleting all of them. So those survivors fled back to Hispaniola. You dig? So that was the first successful rebellion, not 1804, liar. You got to stop. You got to stop. Okay, now, so that's 1526, almost 300 years before 1804, okay, before 1791. And speaking of the 1790s, you got the Seminole people, right, who were here during the 1700s. You had the First Seminole War, the Second Seminole War, and Third Seminole War. Now, all of these were after 1804, but remember, we're talking about successful revolts. That's the topic. So 1526 was way more successful than the Haitian Revolution, and the Seminole Wars were way more successful. Hold on.
Become successful yet in 1791?
Yes, it did. In 1791.
Not in 1791. It didn't. No,
not in 1791. Yes, but it got recognized in 1804. We understand that.
Yeah, well, you're jumping all over with dates. See, you got to get your dates right. You say one date and then you jump around.
No, I'm
your
saying
dates ain't adding up, brother.
All right. When was the Second Amendment? All right.
No. You said 1791. Number one, what would a Haitian be doing in Virginia in 1791, free, just walking around?
So you saying we wasn't free yet in 1791
over here? What was a black person from Saint Domingue just walking around free?
There's no black person. There's no Saint Domingue person who's black. All black people are Native Black Americans. And anybody can challenge me on that. Okay, listen to my words. Don't say what I'm not saying. I'm saying the only black people on earth are Native Black Americans. Nobody else is black. So ain't no black Saint Domingue. They just Saint Domingue. They ain't no black Haitians. You're just Haitians. Ain't no black Jamaicans. You're just Jamaicans. Ain't no black Nigerians. You're just Nigerians. So are you black Yoruba too? Are you black Hausa? I mean, you just throwing black in front of any. No, you're just what you are. Okay, we're the only people who are actually black. And y'all can invite yourself up to discuss this black thing, because we're taking black back. We're repoing black, right? We're not letting you guys destiny swap or cosplay. You guys are whatever your flag said you were, okay? And our flag is whatever our flag said we were. And our flag says Black American heritage. Your flag says Haiti, Jamaica, Jamaican, and Nigerian. That's what you are. And be proud. Be a true proud Jamaican. Be a true proud Nigerian. Be a true proud Haitian, and stop saying you're black. You're not black. All right. So let's get that clear.
Because we was already coming into we was already in the Gulf, right, of Louisiana. We was coming to Louisiana.
Okay, and anyway, Terry let him get away with a lot of stuff. The fact that he keeps saying free Haitian. Free from what? Free from what? Because the whole idea of a free black in America, we were free from American plantations. That's where the term free come from. When you hear about a free black, that is literally an ex-slave in America who's now free. So how are you a free Haitian? You are not free from a plantation in America. You're not a free nothing. You are a hey, look. They're not a free Haitian. They became a flea Haitian. You fled Haiti. You dig? We are the free blacks, F-R-E-E. You are the flea, F-L-E-E, Haitians. Big difference. Sound the same, but big difference. We are the free blacks. You are the flea Haitians. You fled. We were freed. And oftentimes we freed ourselves. Okay? Nobody freed us. Ain't no emancipation happened at that time. There was no 13th Amendment at that time. All that was 1860. We were walking around free before 1860, and we freed ourselves. So you're not a free nothing. You are a flea everything. Let's get the language right. Sounds familiar, but sounds the same, but they're different.
No.
Right.
You were coming with white slave owners from France, from Haiti. A lot of you were coming over with white slave owners. That's the only reason why y'all were coming over like that.
We wasn't not coming with no white slave owners.
Yes, you were.
They were. They was already, cause why? The French was already going back and forth. It was one of the 13 colonies.
Yeah,
but they already had the intentions.
No free Saint-Domingue blacks coming over like that.
Like
How
that
so?
doesn't mean that you like that. That doesn't mean that we was not here. So
hey, nowhere. You meant to hop on?
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up?
You meant to hop on?
I didn't hear you again. I'm sorry.
I said, did you mean to hop on, or was that a mistake?
Yes.
Okay. Where you
I
from?
just got on here and you started talking knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. When you say free, we're the only ones that can say that.
Right.
So other folks, I'm here in America, but you're from another country. You're not freedmen.
Right. You're a flea. You're a flea man.
What I gave you yesterday when I was talking about how they was taking people from the insane asylum and bringing them over here.
Yeah. Oh, I got to research that. Thank you for reminding me of that one.
People thought I was lying when I was saying that. I said, you can look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Now that's some good information right there. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And you said that those are early Brits?
Brits and Irish and whoever they had in insane asylums, because you got to think the narratives that they had back then, because I kept on listening when I was a teen, was all these insane asylums and all this stuff, and so on insane asylums. So they had a whole record number of insane asylums around the U.S. because the people that they brought over here wasn't right in the head. They had all sorts of mental institutions floating around here. But yeah, and as far as you was talking about free, I have a clip of that too, where it was a white man talking about that, saying Black Americans freed themselves.
Right.
Lincoln wanted us to get back into slavery.
Right. Yeah, and that's the misconception. Lincoln gave an executive order, just like Donald Trump gives an executive order. You have three branches of government, and presidents can only give it executive orders, right? So he gave it an executive order that only in Confederate ran rural territories that blacks were freed from slavery. That's an executive order only on Confederate rural territories. So that means you were not free Union rural territories, and you were not free from Southern planters who were not Confederates. So you were only free executively from Confederate rule. That's it. So you're right. You were still enslaved everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. So all that time out, white teeth talking about, well, we freed y'all. No, you didn't. We had to free ourselves.
Yeah, we freed ourselves. Yeah, they don't get that. And see, but then that goes to the point. Like, not only are like a lot of foreigners are wrong about our history, but you can see the ignorance extends to white people. Like, they don't know either. Like, these guys ain't foundational. They don't know that. They think they're foundational. So we got to tell white people, hey, you're not foundational either. Like, none of y'all foundational. And and you didn't free us, right? We freed ourselves, and then you guys gave an executive order. You had no choice. You was getting beat up in the war, and you needed the superheroes to come save you. And then you had the 13th Amendment where you freed us, where you legally, but we were already really deep. 500,000 deep were free. See, people don't know that there were 500,000 freed black people before the executive order of Abraham Lincoln to the Confederates.
Stole my thunder. But yeah, we had, so when you had one of these foreigners coming over here talking about y'all was slaves, everybody wasn't a slave.
Right. Like that's a Confederate a degenerate talking point that a lot of these foreigners come back and a lot of they gaslight us and say that we borrow the talking points of white supremacists. But when you hear them talk and you hear what they say about us, it's literally the same stuff that Confederate sympathizers say. Same thing.
Yeah.
So they're learning from their daddy, the Confederates, sympathizers.
Yep.
Like neither one of them know anything about history. Yeah. Okay. So the asylum thing, that's going into what I knew, but I didn't know that the crazy folks came too. But I knew that they were being filtered over here out of their country. I got the exact. I looked it up, so I got the exact terminology. Yeah, so it's the same time, but yeah, that's a good point to know that they're sickly, mental ill folks came here as well. So, but it makes sense. It makes sense why they would have Jim Crow and all these triple K organizations. Yeah, you guys are mentally ill. Yeah, like that's some chimping. Like they sent their chimp outs over here, basically.
You went and reversed the chimp outs to them.
Oh yeah, well, it always. I didn't do that. Historically, they always call themselves. Hey, you ever heard of Darwin?
Yes.
Darwin is known for what?
The theory of talking about we supposed to be apes and all that stuff.
Okay, ain't that chimp? So he's saying white people too, right?
Yeah.
That's called chimping out. Like he said, everybody's
they get tested for the Huntington's gene.
Right, but no, what's I'm saying though? I'm tying that to the actual word. When you say everybody's apes and monkeys, you're literally chimping out. You're saying everybody's a chimp. So that came from them calling. So he's calling each other chimps, and not just that. We talked about the Brits and the French warring. Both of them in their war, their propaganda, they both depicted themselves as monkeys, simian monkeys. Right, that's 1780, 1790. You talk about Irish that came over here and through Crystal Garden. You talk about the Italians came over here, Ellis Island. They were all depicted as monkeys in this country. How about the Germans depicted the small hats as monkeys? How about the Russians depicted the Germans as monkeys? I could go on and on and on. Like white people have always called each other monkeys all throughout their history before they even brought that to us. So they've always called themselves the chimps. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Like they always did that. So I want to remind them, hey, no, that chimping ain't us. That chimping is Yah, and I'm gonna give it back to you. Yeah, you ain't about to revise history and put that on us. No, that was on Yah, and I'm gonna remind Yah, you called yourselves the chimps, and we're gonna keep that right there. Yes, sir. We are not gonna let them change history. Okay, so the mental illness. Yeah, they call them lunatics. Yeah. The Saint Lunatics.
And just think, so they forefathers are numbered, lunatics. Talking about how they built the country. Ain't built nothing. Went to a same institution. New York and Jersey and other places used to have tons of them.
Yeah, so these folks came over here as crazy mental ill lunatics, chimping out, and it makes sense how they would create a Jim Crow system. Like you got the mental ill people who decide to run this country. Of course, you're gonna have the worst, most inhumane practices that a man ever seen. It makes sense to me. So you had so a lot of us joined the Seminoles, right? When the Seminoles started to like the Creek Mountain, they migrated to Florida and all that type of stuff. We had joined them, right? We joined the Seminoles. So I'm talking about something else. I changed the topic briefly because we're talking about rebellions. We're talking about revolutions. And Haitians call in, but you see the guy who called in, I don't know if you heard him, the Haitian guy called in, all he did was just cuss and use profane words. He didn't really try to dialogue. He just cussed me out. because like there's no way to dialogue with us on this. Like it's gonna be a hell. The Haitian Revolution was not a successful revolution. I don't care damn what Tariq Nasheed says. It's not a successful revolution. Because look at what happened afterwards. Like look at Black Americans, how we are today, like moving around compared to where we were before our greatest revolution, which was the Civil War. So look at how we're moving now compared to 1860. People could say, hey, that's a hell of a progress. Like we leveled up from now to then. Now look at Haiti, 1804 and Haiti now. How is that a level up? Like somebody can argue they were better off right now, Haiti. Somebody can argue, well, the Haitians will argue they were better off under French rule than right now. They don't even want to be in Haiti. So you would know when you won something or something successful when you look at what happened afterwards and where everybody's at. Black Americans' condition now, as opposed to 1860, we are 1,000% better off right now. Let's look at the Haitians, 1804 to 2026. Are they actually better off? That's a question. 1804 to 2026. This is a question to the family. Are they actually better off? And some of us can argue, even Haitians will argue, they were probably better off under the thumb of the French. Because they don't even want to be in Haiti right now. They're told they got to go back home and they are screaming and crying. That don't sound like a successful revolution. Come help us, Black Americans. No, you got to go home. Ain't no help. Yeah. So when we joined, so when we rebelled, the first successful rebellion happened in 1526. That's the first one, and that was with Black Americans. That's us, the native Black Americans. Then Haiti happened. It's a big difference. We won ours. We got free. We ain't owe nobody no gazillion dollars. We got free, and we mixed in with the indigenous people of the land. And we sent those white people back to Hispaniola. And they ain't try that again. You dig? So we joined the Seminoles, and we mixed in with them, and together we ended up being called the Black Seminoles. That's a real terminology. We married into Seminole communities. We had an ethnogenesis with them. We are culturally integrated. You dig? And we fought together. So the first Seminole War was, I think, 1817. Okay, and it was because this government felt like the Seminoles were protecting us. You dig? So the American government attacked the Seminoles. Then you had a second one, not too long after that one, 1835, where it was based on the Indian Removal Act of 1835, the Indian Removal Act. Okay, then you had and then of course we fought alongside the Seminoles to help them. Then you had a third war, which is smaller, right? 1855. Because this government kept trying to remove so it was always Operation Remove Indigenous People. Okay, so that was a successful revolt, and then we have the Civil War. The Civil War was a revolt. You had us on the plantation, us taking up arms, rebelling, you dig, against the rebels, and we got our freedom. So how is the Civil War not a rebellion? That's a rebellion by all rules of a rebellion. Let me look this up. Let me look it up before I say that. Let me look it up. Look this up. In the Civil War, and that seems to be the theme in other revolutions. Yeah, so let me play some
I
more.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you would come over with the white French slave owners, just like in that Battle of
No.
Savannah. You were over with the white French. You came over fighting with them, and then got your ass whooped on.
No, not at all. Because when we came over here, we was already coming over here. You saying we came over here with white French slave owners?
Yeah, how were you coming over?
How
here?
are we coming? Okay, you saying that we come?
Slow
So
down.
you
I'm
say
asking you. No, I'm
Right.
asking you.
And
How?
that's another tactic. We'll ask them a question, and they'll give an answer as though we're giving the answers. No, this is your answer, my guy.
Were black folks from Saint Domingue coming over here in the 1700s?
right? And what year you're saying this? In 1791, you're saying
You
this?
said that.
Around that time. How were
Okay,
you?
so we're
by yourself?
warring. So we're warring with French, and we're coming over here with French slave owners. Does that make sense?
How
Because
were
that's
you
when the
coming
war
over here?
started in
Because
1791.
how were you coming to the United States?
So I'm warring with you, and I'm partnering up with you to go to
You're
the
not
States.
answering the question. You're filibustering.
You're not answering the question.
Sir. You.
Now, that is something that they would do. We would ask them a question, like I just said earlier. They would answer the question as though they'll answer it this way. I would say, "Sir, how are you black?" The only black people ever to exist are Native Black Americans. There are no black Haitians. There are no black Jamaicans. There are no black Nigerians or Africans. The only black people are Black Americans, Native Black Americans. So I would say, "So how are you black?" They will come back and say this. So you saying, so their answer is what they want to lie and say I'm saying. I'm like, bro, don't answer the question using what you think my words are. In school they tell you put it in your own words. Bro, answer the question in your words. But they always would say, so you saying this? It's like, dude, what are you saying? Give me your answer. Don't give me my answer, which I did not say. Give me your answer. Was that Rainmaker?
Yeah.
What's going on? Are you Haitian?
No, I'm Nigerian.
Okay, what's up? How you want to add to the convo?
Yeah, bro. We're black, man. I mean, the only reason you guys are considered black is because of us, literally. I mean, if you look up the meaning of black as a race,
wait.
It literally says of African descent.
Okay, so slow down. So you said if you look up the word black as a race, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what if
it says of African descent?
Okay, watch this. What if you don't look up the word black as a race? What if you look at the word black as an ethnonym for ethnicity?
It's not an ethnic group.
Hey, hold
African Americans are ethnic.
Hey, wait, hold on, bro.
This guy get on every panel and does this.
No, it's okay. Right. Just I want you to go on mute. I got it. Like I'm an experienced professional. Right. I got it. I don't need no help. All right, guy. What year did black become a race?
Man, it's been for hundreds of years.
No,
man. I would say even more than 1,000 years ago.
No. In 1977, the OMB under number directive 15. Anybody can look this up. The OMB in 1977, directive 15, black became the race. Before,
bro, that's in America, man.
Hey, bro, black is an English word.
Bro, black as a race,
Hey, no, wait.
it goes further than English, man. What are you talking about?
Okay, bro. When I say black, am I speaking English or different language?
Wait, you're speaking English,
right? So I'm
talking about
wait,
the
no,
black race.
no, but I'm right. You're using English too, so we're focused on black, the English word black, 5-letter word, becoming a race of a people of African ancestry. And I just gave you a date. I said the English word black put on a race for African ancestral people, 1977, through the OMB Directive 15. Is that a fact?
First of all, black was used as a race way before 1970.
Okay, hey, bro, look,
serious, man?
Yeah, you're saying black. That's the English word, right?
Yes.
Okay, so people use English words in what countries?
America, England, actually many countries speak English.
Right. Yeah, but that's afterwards. We're talking about at one point English was not a popular language. White people spoke Portuguese.
It was way popular before 1970s, bro. Come on, man. And that's besides the point.
No, it's not. No, that's actually the point. So what was the word before black? The English word black. What word was used as the race before 1977?
For the black race?
No, not the black race, just the race of African people by white people. Okay, so let's start there. What word, because it wasn't BLACK, what word was determined the race for people of African ancestry?
Bro, they've used black. It's going back further than 1,000 years.
You keep saying the English word black did not exist 1,000 years ago, my guy.
Yes, it did.
Okay,
man.
all
Yes,
right.
it did.
So now so I'm gonna help you out. Right. I'm gonna help you out. The word is Negro. Right? Right?
Bro, you're talking in American context. I'm talking about
no, I'm speaking about languages. That's why I kept saying. That's why I kept saying English word, 5-letter words, black. 19
okay, let's look it up.
No, right. You look it up. But I'm gonna tell you that right. No, you look it up. Why are we talking? The word was Negro. White people went around calling everybody of African ancestry Negro. That is a Spanish, Portuguese word, my guy. English was not popping like that. It was the Spanish and the Portuguese going around enslaving everybody and renaming everybody, my guy. Yeah, so you go look at them. I ain't got to look it up. I know the word Negro was around longer than black. Black was not used like that. It was Negro. So they went around calling indigenous Americans Negro. They went around calling everybody sub-Saharan ancestry Negroes. That's what happened. And you go look it up. I know you got inferior education in Nigeria, but there's a word called Negro. Negro.
I just looked it up. It said they appeared in 8th century. The 8th century. That's more than 1,000 years.
Okay. Let me get you out of here.
Yeah, you start muting. Yeah, that's right.
Let me get you out of here. Yeah, you go look it up. Negro. So now he never responded to the word Negro. Negro. We all know this. We all know Negro was the word placed on everybody who was believed to be sub-Saharan African descent. The word black was not around. I got you out of here because you're not dialoguing. You're just talking over me. You never answered that. So we're talking about English words, English black. Nobody. The French was saying black, B-L-A-C-K, B-L-A-C-K. The Portuguese were saying black. No, they were speaking their language, my guy. They were saying Noor. They were saying, the Arabs were saying Bilal al-Sudan. And the Portuguese and the Spanish were saying Negro. Okay? So you learned something. That's why you got to slow these tethers down. They talk fast. Slow down, my guy. Portuguese. Hey, you got a lot of background. Let me meet this. Okay. So Rainmaker, I'm gonna give you one more chance. So the Portuguese and the Spaniards was going around enslaving everybody, right?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So did they speak English or they speak Spanish?
Spanish and Portuguese.
Okay. So what word were they using as a racial term for people of African ancestry?
Yeah, it'd be in their language.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. I was talking languages the whole time. I don't know what you was talking, tether babble, but the whole time I was speaking. Hey, no. The whole time I was speaking languages. I said the race that whitey people identified people with African ancestry was Negro, not black. Is that true or false?
Yeah, they've called us Negro, yeah, but we've been called black.
No. It's longer. Okay, all right. Let me get you out of here. You're just a stupid tether.
Figured, man.
Yeah, I am. Because you're champing out on me. You're stupid tether. Stupid. So now he conceded. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was the concession. You conceded. You took an L, and we're gonna move on. Yeah. So now going further, he's worried about what whitey people call him. What do you call yourself? Like, and that's the thing about these tethers. Like, they give whitey people so much power. We don't do that. What whitey people calls me, that ain't who I am. I'm what I call myself. What did you call yourself? We called ourselves black. You called yourself what? Because he says he's Nigerian. Who called you that? Whitey people? What did you call yourself? I'm not triggered. I'm annoyed with stupidity. Oh, yeah. So now he concedes to Negro. That's called an L, my guy. That was the whole argument. Nobody was saying people were black. They didn't speak English. The majority of when whitey people was around, I mean, I just talked about the Byzantine Empire. Were they speaking English? I talked about the Pope. Were they speaking English? Yo, the whitey people who dominated Europe were not speaking English. And Africans speaking English? Like, yo, you sound crazy. Black is a more modern way. 1977, black is a more modern way to say the race thing. It was always Negro, my guy. And that ain't black. Negro is Negro. Failed attempt. Yeah, you chimped out. I don't like people who chimp out. He called back in and conceded like a coward. Yeah, the Portuguese, like, these are the most influential people in all of Europe. Before them, it was, Rome, the Romans. Everybody know that. Everybody know that. Rome dominated Europe. The Romans dominated Europe. So people who was under their rule spoke, what they spoke. Greek, and I guess Italian. Whatever they language they spoke, you spoke that. You weren't saying black. I made it very clear. I kept repeating it. I said, bro, we're the only black people. And we're not black because somebody called us black. We're black because we called ourselves black. Big difference. All right. So here's this FOOL coming back in. All right.
Okay. Yeah, bro, you're too emotional, man.
No. Hey, bro, I gotta mute you, dude. You called in. I'm directing the conversation. So now, the word that was being used for a race was Negro, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, let's start right there. So now, who came up with the word Negro? Was it people of African ancestry or whitey people?
Those Europeans.
Okay, so when they call people Negro, wasn't that a disrespectful term? They was re-identifying people who already had identifications, right?
I guess so.
So
that was their class.
Wait,
that was their classification.
Bro, listen to right classification, but listen to the question again. When they went around renaming people Negro, wasn't that disrespectful to people who already had identifications and names?
Yeah, we were not renamed.
Hey, bro, listen to the question. When they went around calling everybody Negro, wasn't that disrespectful to the people who already had names and identifications?
I just said we were not.
Hey, bro, I asked you. I did. Hey, I said when they went around calling people Negroes, was that disrespectful to the people that were called Negroes?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So you guess so. So people name themselves normally, right?
Yes.
Right. So when people go around saying you're a Negro, even though I'm from Africa, I'm from America, no matter where I'm from across the globe, you're calling me Negro. That's disrespectful because you're not respecting who I am as a person, as an ethnicity, as a group, right?
I guess you can say that. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So Negro came on the scene as a disrespectful, derogatory word coming from Europeans to darker people of the world. Can we agree there?
I wouldn't say derogatory, man. It's just the classification.
All
But
right.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, let me get you out of here. So and don't come back up. I'm gonna tell you why I got rid of him. Let me tell you why I got rid of this guy. First of all, he's not Nigerian. Okay. First of all, he's not Nigerian. Let me make that clear. He called in. I listened to his accent, and I'm not as good as Tariq Nasheed, but that ain't Nigerian accent. That is definitely East African. Okay, so you can't call it now. If you'd have called him as an East African, I don't know where. I ain't gonna guess where he's from. You dig? If the little bit I know, he sounds like he could have been calling in from Eritrea or Ethiopia. You dig? But I'm not as good as Tariq Nasheed as far as accent. But he's definitely not Nigerian. That is not a Nigerian accent at all. Okay, so now because I had people call in from Sudan. I had people call in from Eritrea and Ethiopia, and we had great conversations. Nobody cosplayed somebody else. You feel me? We had great conversations. But what I'm not going to do is have you call in and say you're Nigerian. You're not Nigerian, my guy. Like that is not like you are. Your accent was just showing you are clearly from East Africa, my guy. Slightly could have been North Africa, but clearly, not Nigerian. That's the bottom line. Yeah, you're not Nigerian. And that's what I'm getting to. And I don't know why these guys just can't admit like where they're from. Like first of all, I'm not even gonna get on your homeland. Like that was even because you ain't really get on me, so I ain't gonna get on your homeland. But or just don't say where you're from at all. Just say Africa. You feel me? Like just say, hey, I'm from Africa. Don't worry about my homeland. Because you got some people who call in that don't disclose their homeland. But what I can't let you do is speak on behalf of Nigerians. You're not Nigerian. Because then a real Nigerian's gonna call in and say, hey man, ain't it how we believe? We don't say that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, but I got enough. I got enough, my guy. You gave me enough content. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna clip that up and play that back. I'm saying black the whole time. He's saying something else. This dude said 8th century. He said black 8th century. Who the hell was speaking English in the 8th century? Like, I know who was ruling, like what European nations were ruling. And they ain't speak English. England ain't come around till later, my guy. The Romans dominated from how long? From like 0 AD all the way to about 1453, my guy. Like 1400 years. Some would say 2000 years. These Romans were kicking butt. So we know English was not a thought. I keep asking this guy, I'm saying black, you're saying something else. You called in to talk to me. Well, I'm talking about black. I'm saying black. So we couldn't even get into how black became an ethnicity because we got to establish facts first. And that's why every time I have a conversation with these tethers, I like to establish facts first because you will go off history and he will go off fake news. And you'll find yourself disconnecting and wonder why. Like, yo, why are we disconnecting? Like, why are we not on the same, same atmosphere? Like, why are we disconnecting over history? And I know some of y'all like, yo, so Negro wasn't the word? Oh yeah. So then he tried to pretend that white people, when they say Negro, it was a compliment. It was a derogatory word that was equivalent to, now he want to Google stuff. This disgusting East African tether want to Google stuff. Google was Negro, a polite term placed on people who they believe were of African ancestry. Google that. Negro was equivalent to slave, inferior, and savage. But once he didn't concede to Negro being a derogatory word, I knew he would. Like that was the more confirmation that he's not a Nigerian. It's like, dude, you couldn't even concede something simple as that. Like that is like basic history. Like white people, when they came with their terminologies, there was never a compliment. Like they dominated the world because they seen darker people as inferiors. Negro was equivalent to inferior, savage, and a person worthy of slavery. That's what Negro meant to white people historically. It didn't just mean, hey, you're a darker version of us. Let's hang out. No, it meant I'm gonna rule over you because of your skin color. You people, you darker people, need to be under us. And they carried that out. Their religion helped carry that out. Their religion helped carry out that prejudice thought. So now, Maker, now you're in the chat learning history. You learned something. So it was a productive conversation. You learned something. You wasn't teaching me nothing, my guy. But you can't lie about where you're from. You can't start there. I mean, he sounds just like all of the East Africans who called in Tariq Nasheed show. It's like, yo, there's no way you're Nigerian. And you don't even argue like a Nigerian. Like they want a Nigerian wouldn't dismiss or play down the fact that Negro was the first word used for a race. And I want to get into the race thing, but we couldn't get past that because the guy kept lying. It's like, yeah, you know, when Black Americans say we're black, we're not saying we're black racially, right? We couldn't even get there. It's like, yeah, you know, when we say we're black, we're not black racially. And again, saying you're black racially was 1977. That's dated. He looked it up and couldn't go against that. So then he tried to play semantics. So Black Americans, we called ourselves black before a race by our government was defined as black. We said we were black when the race was still Negro. I think that's very important to learn this morning. Okay? An important lesson this morning is to know that Black Americans, we called ourselves black before black was used as a race. So when we said we were black, East African guy, we were not saying we're black racially. When we said I'm black and I'm proud and black power and black man, black woman, black love, black Wall Street, free blacks, that wasn't racial, my guy. That was ethnical. That was an ethnic group we were speaking to. Okay? That was an ethnic group we were speaking to. So that's why it's important to establish dates on words of uses. When people start using black as a race, that came about in 1977, and we still were the only people in mind, right? Because that was part of the undermine attacked by our government to reclassify, right? The same thing they did with the indigenous people. They reclassified them into the Negro race. And that's why you know the guy is goofy. When the indigenous people were reclassified out from their tribal ethnic groups, right? They were not reclassified as blacks. They were reclassified as Negroes. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what are we arguing? The race was Negro, wasn't it? So the indigenous people got reclassified as Negroes. When we were being sold in the auction blocks, it didn't say blacks for sale. Okay? It said Negro. When during the height of Jim Crow, with the segregated signs, not one sign said blacks. So Negroes being sold, but this bathroom is for colors only. Like, it's clear that the only two terms we were being called by our ops were Negro and colored. What's this guy talking about? Yeah, but that's what happens when you call in the FBA space to get cooked. Now he's trying to misquote me. Bro, here's your unfortunate. Here's your unfortunate. My guy, I've been saying the same thing over a year. So you can't come into this chat and misquote me. I've been saying the same. I've been teaching this for over a year, my guy. That's why I could easily just cook you. I've been saying this for a year. See, that's the problem when you hop into space. You don't try to you don't ask questions and say, when you say black, we didn't even get to that. I say the only black people on earth are Native Black Americans. That's what I said. Okay. And I was going to explain that. You never asked why I say that. You just came here and chimped out, which I do, because you guys claim you're smart and intellectuals, but y'all hop on these spaces. You never prove that. You never proved it. So look, let's give him a third chance. You didn't prove me wrong. You took an L. Negro was a race. So we're trying to establish facts here. So before we didn't even get into the argument of Black Americans, of Native Black Americans. We didn't even get there. We had to first establish Negro was the official race globally for people of sub-Saharan African ancestry. Negro was the global race. Okay. So now invite yourself back up and get cooked some more. This is easy. Easy work for me. It's all freestyle. This is easy work for me. There's no foreigner on this earth who's going to know more about Black American history than myself. There's no white on this earth that's going to know more about Black American history than myself. No foreigner and no white person will ever know more Black American history than me. That's impossible. So I know what I'm saying. So invite yourself up. I got about 15 more minutes and then I got to go. So invite yourself up, get cooked, and then we'll eventually get, so you conceded that Negro was the race. So now let's get to Black. Okay. And go ahead, bro. You talking trash in the chat. Invite yourself up and get further demolished. And you see he ain't inviting himself up. Okay. Exactly. They can talk. Matter of fact, if you don't, I'm gonna give it's 6:38. I'm gonna give you the 6:40. If you don't invite yourself up, I'm gonna block you. Because what you're not gonna do is troll and chat when you just can talk to me directly like a man. Okay. You got cooked earlier. You got cooked twice.
Hey, bro, I gotta go. Thanks for the info.
I appreciate you. Nowhere. Yes, sir. Peace. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing, my guy. You called in the FBA space and you thought I was going to be emotional and call you names and all that. No. You actually called in the FBA space and the host happens to be a low-key historian. You made a mistake. You thought you was going to call in here and go crazy? No, sir. With lies? No, sir. I gave you dates. I gave you names. I gave you government organizations. I gave you the directive number 15. So I'm giving you, I'm citing where to go look it up. 1977, directive 15 through the OMB, Office of Management and Budget. Office of Management and Budget. I don't just ramble. I ain't got to go Google like you did on the fly. I know what I'm saying. And like I said, we're the only Black people to ever exist. That's your fault for chimping out and not questioning me on my statement. You went somewhere else. You should know what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. And that's just like the average troll who calls in. They don't really ask you questions. Asking questions is a form of curiosity. Asking questions is a form of sincerity. Like you really need to know what's going on before I finally, respond and eager we're cult. Nobody wants to really ask what's about. delineation? Can you explain? Like nobody does that. They just hear us say a word, and then they have a whole doctrine the word we said. And then when we showed them that word delineation is being practiced amongst every ethnic group on earth, then it's crickets. Then it's crickets. They don't ask questions. They want to stay in a state of ignorance, and they want to neglect what we're saying and say what they want to say, or do the actions they want to do. Yeah. So, Buddy, for one, lied about being Nigerian. We know it ain't the case, and he's East African somewhere, maybe North Africa, but I suspect East Africa. He sounds just like the other ones who be calling it Tennessee's face. He sounds just like them. He could have been, slightly could have been somewhere in Europe, like the Italy. I hear a little bit of that. So he could have been East African all the way to Europe, like well, this is whitey people said the Southern and Eastern Europeans are the worst. This is whitey people, the worst of Europeans, by the way. So he could have been Europe's trash coming from one of those countries. Not sure. Okay, but yeah, you can't read my work. I've been teaching this for over a year. All it was add to my knowledge. I don't take away. I add to what, more information comes out and you add to, but there's nothing to take away. So I make it very clear. I say words like ethnonym. I said to you, like, ethnic, that's old name is Greek. These are two separate words put together. I said ethnonym. Okay. That is what a group recognized as their name. Okay. And ethnonym period. It don't matter if he say Negro, Black, or Pluto. The fact that he keeps saying race is a social construct started by whitey people, and that goes back to Blumenbach, to Karl Linnaeus. That goes back. Walter Plecker. So race is a made up nothing coming from whitey people. Racist. Now, don't that make sense? Racists come up with a racial classification. So racist people came up with racial classification. That just makes all the sense. Okay, so now, coming from that. So in their racial classifications, they named the one who they believed had African ancestry. They said these are the negros of the world. And they started in Africa, calling everybody negros in Africa. They even came to America and said the indigenous people of America are also negros. So I'm trying to tell the guy, like, that was the racial classification of anybody who they believe were African and had African ancestral DNA or origins or roots. That's what. So they did the look-alike test. They looked at you, yep, African. They just looked at you, say African Negro. Yeah, these white people looked at you and said Negro. Didn't care about what happened to the whole DNA test that they gaslight you today with. Yeah, you take a DNA test. Did white people take a DNA test when they call everybody Negro? Like, what are we saying? We say something, we need a DNA test. White people say it's a fact. And that's what I'm trying to get to, bro. You're not something because a white man said you're that, my guy. I'm not a Negro. I'm not the heart ER. I'm not a monkey. I'm not none of these things because white people said it. Like Black Americans, like we have a different world perspective. Like we don't take white people words as the word of God, my guy. That's what y'all do. white tea man call us something, we like, the hell we are. And it could be good because it came from them. I don't want it. Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, man, y'all call me anti this, anti that. Hey, man, I'm anti whatever you are. You dig? He said, I'm pro the other side. So he made that very clear. Like, y'all got all these anti words for me. Well, I'm anti whatever you are, I'm anti that. And I'm pro the other side. That's what Dr. Khalid Muhammad said. And I said that because that's a case in point that we go against what white people say so often that it could be good for us, and we still like, nah, I'm good. The fact that you said it, I'm good. That's why white people they need somebody Black American, a native Black American, to like be the mediator. So when you want to push, let's say Margaret Sanger want to push birth control, prophylaxis, prophylactics, she had to go to the Black church. Because, yeah, listen, family, this is why everybody that wants to give us a good message or a bad message, they all try to introduce Black people, Black Americans, Native Black Americans, the only Black people, to disseminate the information. Because white people know, especially when it comes to when the message is intended for Black Americans, they all go to somebody who's of the lineage to spread that message, good or bad, because they even know we don't take them seriously. When they say it, they don't mean nothing. They even know it themselves. So if it's a good message, they're still gonna find a Black American. If it's a bad message, they're gonna find a Native Black American. Real simple, because they know we don't care much about their words. And everybody here listening know what I'm saying is a fact. That's why white people with us got to find somebody of the lineage. That's not necessarily the case when they go abroad. Because when they go abroad, those other folks that look like us, those melanated people, they look at white people as God himself. They don't got to go into their tribe to get somebody to say it. They don't got to go get the Jamaican president to say it. They can just go out there and say it themselves. Hey, man, all of y'all ain't nothing. Okay? And they'll just believe it because the white man says so. Yeah, bro, like we got different world perspectives on a white man. We don't believe nothing they say, so they need one of us to say it. You guys believe everything they say. And that's why these guys are so hard holding on to race as their new identity. No, my guy, you guys are African and these other folks are West Indians. And we are the only Blacks in the world, ever has been. So Kishambo, I need you to pull up. Kishambo just lied. He says Africans called themselves Black in the 1600s. Now look what he just said. Like his words just contradict him. He said Africans. So now Kishambo is identifying these people as Africans. He said Africans called themselves Black in the 1600s. My guy, you just gave them an identity, and the identity is African. So they were Africans, right? They weren't Blacks. Yo, you can call now you're lying, but what I'm saying is even that statement just supported me. They called themselves something, but they were Africans. What you just typed supported everything I just said. We're the only Black people in the world. We don't call ourselves something. We are that. We're not Africans calling ourselves Blacks. We're Blacks calling ourselves Blacks. My guy, your statement just cooked you. You said Africa. You identify these folks as Africans. Call themselves something they're not. Because they're Africans, right? They're not Blacks, they're Africans. These are Africans calling themselves something they're not. I'm saying we're Blacks calling ourselves Blacks. You're saying they're Africans calling themselves Blacks. You see that? With us, it's one identity, it's Black. For them, it's two identities. It's African. That doesn't make any sense. But yo, well, why don't you invite yourself up? Like everybody is, look, bro, the invite button is there, my guy. I'm talking, you're talking to me. Why you want to talk to me through a text? You know it's not gonna work. this dude said Africans were calling themselves black during the slave trade. This guy, the transatlantic slave, this guy said when they were selling us, they were selling black people. You're lying, my guy. They were Europeans were buying Negroes. They were not buying blacks. Look at the time frame you use, my guy. That's when Negro started to flourish. Negro started to be international during the height of the slave trade. This dude said Africans were calling themselves blacks as they were being. Ray, what are you talking about, man? English wasn't popping in none of these countries in the 1600s. What are you talking about? That's why Negroes went viral, not black. But that's why he's not hopping on. He ain't hopping on for that reason, family. Don't let these guys play semantics, wordplay, and all that type of stuff. No, these folks were not speaking English at that time in the 1600s. Nobody was calling themselves black, the English word, in the 1600s, my guy. That doesn't work, and that's why you're afraid to invite yourself up to talk to him. Invite yourself up and talk to Mr. Him. Talk to Mr. History. You're not going to do it. You're going to troll in the chat. And this is why I don't read the chat, family. And I appreciate all of the compliments you gave me, the respect you gave me. I appreciate any donations, by the way. If you want to donate to my scholarship, it's $unbiased, ED, unbiased Ron. If you like the way I disseminate messages, articulate, cook these guys, support the scholarship, $unbiased Ron. And if anybody sent any gifts and things like that, super chats, I didn't see it because I don't like to read the chats for stuff like that. Guys like that. Guys who are a scholar only when they're typing scholars. I'm like, bro, why don't you just? I'm done reading. Matter of fact, I'm block you. We block you. Yeah. Goodbye. Yeah. And that's why I don't read the chat, because stuff like that, it pisses me off because people are talking tough in the chat. It's like, dude, I'm live. Just click the invite button and talk to me. Like, what's going to happen by talking? The best I can do is just kick you off. I can't do that. I can't extract from your bank account. I can't send you to jail. I got no power over you, my guy. All I can do is mute you and kick you off. That's it. Yeah, but that right there, family, what he just said cooked them. He said Africans were calling themselves blacks in the 1600s, bro. I did not know Africans spoke English in the 1600s. How is it possible that they are using capital B or lowercase b, LACK in the 1600s when they were busy selling us, who were called Negroes, to Europeans? Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Did anybody catch that? He said Africans were calling themselves blacks. So he already identified them two different people. Yeah, he said they're Africans that call themselves black. Okay. We're blacks who call ourselves blacks. That's one. Then he said Africans were calling themselves blacks in the 1600s when they did not speak English. They were calling themselves tribes, my guy. You're lying. They went by their tribes. They went by their tribes, my guy. They ain't call themselves blacks or Africans. They call themselves by their tribe. Hey, man, we're going to pick this up later. You know how we do. 3:30 is Friday, man. Pull up 3:30 p.m. Friday. If I block you, you don't get unblocked. You just get blocked. But anybody's welcome to. So now, in the morning, I usually just invite TikToks, not YouTube. But 3:30 p.m., if you guys pull up, follow me. I'm gonna put this link in the chat for the YouTubers, and plus TikTokers can invite themselves up. But listen, make it very short, concise, get to the point, land your plane. And if somebody call in to challenge me, which is really they're challenging FBAs, I don't need your help. I got it. or let me do what I do and you go, or you go first. I mean, you could go first, but when I start going, don't interrupt me. Okay, I don't need nobody help. If you want to get them, you get them. Right, but if I start getting them, go on mute. That's all I ask. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. B1, BAF, Black Americans first. We're the only black people. Everybody else is whatever their flag says. Our flag says black. Their flag says Haitian, Jamaican, Nigerian. So the question is, so how are you black again? Your flag don't even identify you as black, and flags identify everybody. When they come to this country, don't they fly their failed flags? When they come to this country, don't they fly their failed flags? Which one of their flags say black in it? Ours say black. We got the Black American Heritage flag. We got the FBA Foundation Black American flag, and we have the Juneteenth flag that speaks to Black Americans. Wheezy, tap in, man. Tap in. Follow me. TikTok, you already know FBA News and Updates. And on YouTube, my name is Blacks, BLAX, News and Facts. Blacks, News and Facts, BLAX. The X is deep. I got the X there. I spell Blacks with the X is deep. And yes, it's giving off Malcolm X's type stuff, right? So that's a dope breakdown on words and linguistics. So in linguistics, that's why when people be talking to me, it's like, yeah, I'm not making this stuff up. But yeah, I really research this stuff. I'm not winging it on the fly like you guys do and get cooked. Peace. Yeah, man, YouTube, man. You already know, man. You already know we do, man. Okay, no. I'm gonna leave that right there. Hold on, YouTube. Hold on. Hold on.
Stuttering, babbling, and giggling like a punk. Wow. You're not even of this lineage. I don't believe your family is from here.
Hey, yo, that. Okay. I can't have my phone doing that. Just playing yourself. You cannot do that. Okay, you're gonna get me banned from institutions. So we can't just start playing stuff when we want to play stuff. Okay. You cannot do that. All right, family, intuitively wise songwriter, Rubies. Let me shout out a couple of names: Maxwell Jenkins, Choco is Secret, Taya Carter, Vera Sanders. I gotta go, man. But you know how to catch me later, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're gonna continue cooking on this topic, and whoever